Hey all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. Okay, so by taking a little bit break from the integration playlist, okay, first of all, if you are my old viewers, you would already be knowing that I started my channel with integration playlist and that was a blast. Like it is having 18 videos and it is all the videos are from scratch. Like it contains everything you would ever ask for. Like it is having scripted rest api, authentication, dynamic inputs, like documentation of everything, implementation, testing, postman, like there is soap covered, rest covered, there is scripted catalog request, like everything you would ever ask for, inbound email action, set up sending and receiving mail. So if you haven't checked out that, this is your cue to check it out right now. Okay, if you haven't checked out, and if you're into integrations, that is which you should be if you are in ServiceNow, that is okay. And yeah, so after taking a little bit break and switching to my this playlist, interview playlist, and putting some awesome two videos, I'll continue this also and I'll continue this also, like they will be in parallel. That is a different thing. So and after switching to this playlist and putting some really awesome two videos, you need to check them out to know why I'm telling them awesome. Like both of these use cases are wonderful. Changing the field background color of the field on both the list view and form view, and mind me, it's not only client script, you need to check that out to know. And this contains a very good use case, like changing the drop down of a choice field based on two field values, like cat, like as you can see it's already written here. So and also there is a tweak, like we need to use two client scripts and why, everything is shown here. So you really need to check this out. Check these playlists, I'm sorry, excuse me. So you need to really check out these playlists if you are into integration. Okay, so that was enough with the introduction. So for today's video, I'm back to integration playlist in today's video, and I'm taking up correlation ID and correlation display. I'll tell you why I needed to take that up. Means for the further videos, I'm taking up this topic right now. If you have checked out my this video, let me also open the corresponding rest message. If you are new to this outbound integration, then you must check out my last two videos. Yeah, so if you haven't checked out yet, you really need to check out these two videos if you are new to outbound integration. So first one is like basic setup and testing. I have done only default get it is having, and I have shown the correlation between the REST API Explorer and this. And the second video is having a very good use case, like syncing incident creation between two ServiceNow instances, and it I have shown it using three methods from crude to automation. You really need to check that out if you haven't already, because this video I will be following up with that use case. But if you are an experienced integration person, then no worries, you can just start from here. So the use case I had taken was that, means there is this instance, like this instance is the company's production instance, and the second instance which I've already opened is the instance that is provided to service provider who works on incidents for this company. So basically this is the production instance, so incidents are being created here, but this service provider is working on incidents for us, so we need to sync the incidents. Okay, this is a brief overview that I'm providing you. Yeah, so where was I? So we need to sync the incidents. So that's the reason I created this. Whatever incidents are being created here, they are being synced here. Okay, and how we are going about that, like whatever endpoints I have given, what to pass in HTTP request and this HTTP method, please check out this video for that. Okay, day 17 video. I'll link it in the comment section, in the description section. There is documentation of everything in my featured post. There is, so the incident creation is being synced, and this is the business rule which I had already created. Yeah, this was incident state. Yeah, and this is the business rule, so it it works on whenever the incident is created in my this instance, then automatically incident description is updated. Same incident has been created in this, and the same incident is also created using this REST message. Same incident is created in my second instance. Okay, so this was in a nutshell what I did. Now what is happening, let me just show you why we are talking about the correlation id and correlation display in this video, as the title of the video suggests, as you know. So why we are talking about this, so what is happening, let me just create an incident and show you. So let me just show you by creating an incident, Alfonso. Ignore these alerts, these are happening because of the second video that I created. I think I have not deactivated it. So yeah, this is in progress, and this I'll change to high or low moderate, will let it be. Assignment group, let's just put application development because it would also be present in that instance. Short description, testing, sync incidents at the rate ServiceNow developer. Okay, let me just copy this incident number. Mm, yeah, so I'll just create it. Yeah, so the same incident is created in my this instance. Now you tell me, how are we going to search this incident in this instance with the short description that I have given here, right? Okay, let's search. Because because other fields may be same, right? So we will not be able to find it with this what we say, with any other field, but short description which I'm betting on is not same. Okay, this is created, which is, yeah, so as you can see, the same incident has been created in my other instance also, with all the values which I had passed there, same to same. Okay, okay, configuration item I think I didn't pass in my business rule, that's why that is not copied. But whatever, the main concept you got it. So same incident is created here, but there can be instances where the short description is also same. So in those instances, how am I going to find it? Like, see, this is the variable values I had passed in my REST message. Okay, okay, this is my REST message. If you see now, if I test with this description or with this, okay, just copy the short description. If I just test with this short description, okay, my God, terrible. Okay. Yeah, so you can see I'm getting two incidents here. So with this, and everything is same. Everything is same. I think I use this test here. I use this test here and then created. So everything, whatever values I have passed and how many ever times I use test here, so the with the same values it will be created. Now in this case, how am I supposed to identify that which exact incident is created, means which is the exact copy of this incident which I created here? So that becomes an issue. There's that's when correlation id and correlation display comes into play. Okay, so okay, they are not added on the form. If in your form also it's not added, then you can configure the form layout and add it, and if it is added, then that's well and good. And I will be add sorry, I will be adding it, and I'll record as a section. Okay, correlation id and correlation display. Okay, and let me just distribute it between the two splits. Yeah, one field both side I will give. Okay, so you can see correlation id and correlation display here. Yeah, So that's where the correlation ID and correlation display comes into play. You saw that is the problem. So what I will be doing is I will be passing some unique value in the correlation ID, and in correlation display generally what happens, we pass some value in correlation ID and same value in correlation display. Like suppose you are doing a third party integration with Jira, or you are doing with SFTC or anything, or you are doing with SAP, or you are doing with, let's say, any other ServiceNow instance only, which I'm doing now. So what we can do is I will pass this instance name here, and I'll pass it as the correlation display. So it will be helpful to identify, right, that this is the reason this incident was created, or this is the source this instance was created. Like whatever, I'll pass this value here, and this instance, and when this incident is synced in this instance, in the correlation display we can search with this instance name and we will be able to find it. So basically it is identifier for the synced instances, or for the records which are created by integration, and not in your instance directly. Okay, I hope you are getting the concept, and if you're not, you can just play this on repeat, or if is not sufficient, you can just ask me the queries in the comment section, in the LinkedIn, like in the WhatsApp group. If you have not joined that, join it if you're interested, that is. Link will be everything there in the comment section and the description. So yeah, in the correlation display, that is the reason this is needed. Okay, so that's what I am going to do today. So this was my business rule, and this was my HTTP method. So what I'm going to do, I'll just pass the correlation ID and correlation display also here. Look, this is the HTTP method, okay, which is a link basically to the other instance. This is the endpoint of that other instance, and yeah, basically that's the link to the other instance. So I'm just editing that, and correlation ID, and other thing I want is correlation display. So I'm just adding these things here, and so I've updated the content that I'll be passing. Now let's just generate the variables again. Okay, yeah, so you can see correlation ID and correlation display, these two are passed here. Now what is our link with this? So whenever incident is created here, what we will do is we will pass a unique correlation ID, and correlation display we will put fix. Okay, like see how I will be doing it. uh, where id I will use this is my business rule. Okay, and it triggers whenever any incident is being created in this instance. Okay, so means basically it triggers your rest message automation, the third step. If you have not checked out, again I'm telling you and you're not understanding, check out this day 17 video. Okay, so where id, what I will pass is glide guid dot generate null. So basically it will give me a unique 32, basically it will generate me a SSID. So this is what I will be using it, and where correlation display, okay, okay, let's just name it correlation display only, and here also let's just name it correlation ID. So in correlation display I will be using this. So first of all, I'm able to identify that I did this for the video, and second of all, I am able to identify that it is with this instance. So these things I'll be passing in correlation ID and correlation display. Now next I'll change this. Okay, now correlation ID is also the field there, correlation ID, and this is for correlation display. The spelling are correct for both of them. Okay, so Now what I will do is I will also update my this incident with this correlation ID and correlation display. Okay, meanwhile it saves. Let's create a form. No, I was thinking it won't be having. Okay, the form is saved. Ignore this as usual. I'll deactivate it for the next video. It won't be there. DNS challenge service. Okay, state I'll do in progress. Contract date also I think is the custom field. Yeah, let it be. 2 medium, 1 high. Okay, this is also one of the requirements. You can check it out. Okay, testing incident sync. Okay, let's just copy the instance name so that display will be any description will be anyways updated. So I'm not putting any values there in the actions. As you can see, it will be updated. So yeah, that's the effect I wanted. Now you can see we have a correlation ID here. Now you can see we have correlation ID here, which is a unique number, and we have correlation display here, which is a generic name. Now what will happen? Now if you want all the incidents which are created by the sync between this instance and the next instance and the next instance like this one, then what you will do, you will just search with correlation ID. That correlation ID is this, then you will get all the incidents which are created in the other instance using this. And what is the role of the correlation ID? Now you want some specific incident and only that specific incident you want to update. Like this is to post, right? This is to post. Now what is the reason? They are working on the incident, so they will have some updates, like they will be updating the state, they will be updating the work notes, they will be updating it with emails, with communication with the user, or whatever work they have done, whatever knowledge article they are attaching, any problem they have created to resolve that incident, any change they have created, means whatever work they have done, they will be updating this incident in this instance. So we need to sync that update also, right? So how will we identify that? Because the number is not matching, short description can be same, means these are not reliable fields. So how you will identify? So in that case, if you are going to pick out a specific incident, then this correlation ID will be helpful. Now see, we are having no way to identify it right now, but we can search with correlation ID, which will give you all the generic incidents. And when we search with correlation ID, this is specific one, mine is sorted from created, that's why this was coming in the first. So you search with correlation ID and exactly specific incident you will be able to pick out, because number is to not matching, as you can see number isn't matching. So yeah, that's how it will be done. You will be able to pull out exactly specific incident, which is a very very important and very very real use case. I hope you understand the whole concept of correlation ID and correlation display in the world of integrations, and it is very very important, like in double quotes, very very important. So yeah, because otherwise how are you going to identify? It's gonna be very tough. Okay, that's the reason I put this video out here. So, and I also showed like what problems we are facing in the beginning. I showed you how we were facing to identify, and then I also resolved it using this correlation ID and correlation display. And So here's the result in front of you. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe if you found anything new from this video, or even if you found it valuable. And just for the hard work sake, you please, please, please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.